Hey everybody, it's just me again. On the road again. Thought I'd do some more rambling. It's been a weird day, kind of emotionally, a little physically too. I feel like venting a little, I guess, or just getting it out there. I don't know. I think I mentioned before the thing I liked about therapy was having somebody just to unload to that wasn't. I mean, they weren't judging you, but they didn't also know me, right? They don't live in my circle. I mean, the audience I'm going to get from here is going to be largely people that already know me, so obviously you're going to hold back some things, um, which is, I mean, it's fine. It's fine, but, just today's been kind of a roller coaster. I've got friends with real problems. I've got me with my own problems and my own kind of, worries about work, which probably unfounded, but when you already live with anxiety and depression for all these years, you see things and you see patterns, and when you're already making mistakes and you feel like you're not fulfilling your potential, and then there's a meeting for everybody in the team. Oh, I didn't get invited, and then you ask people, and they go, I don't know, and it all seems real worrying, and then it just because you weren't part of an email group, and nobody thought to add you to it at the time, so now I'm in the group and I'm getting more emails and more invites. So I guess all is well with the world, as it were. I don't know. I like what I'm doing, and I like to keep doing it. But it seems the longevity of employment is always real up in the air. I hate it. It's one of those things that bothers me. And I'm on meds because for those of you who aren't aware, I'm pretty unhealthy. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, obviously overweight, anxiety, depression. Yeah, I'm a catch. I am exactly what people are looking for. And I think it's part of why I'm also doing this. One is it's cathartic, I guess, to get some stuff out, but there's definitely an increase in the discussion around men and mental health. I know a lot of guys who stifle, right? They push it down, they ignore it, they don't allow themselves to feel it, or they get angry at nothing. And, they try therapy, but it doesn't work, and they try the medications, but they don't like the way it makes them feel. And therapy is a struggle, right? It's supposed to take time, and it's not supposed to happen right away. And the meds are supposed to make you feel different. That's part of the point. It's just a matter of what does it do? Like, to what point is it that it's a problem? Right? It's supposed to help you feel differently, and it is altering, chemical reactions in the brain. So yeah, things are going to be a little unusual, and it may take a little bit to get used to, but for the most part, the meds I'm on, they really just kind of calm the storm for me. They don't solve the problem. They just calm it a little. And there's still things that are going to set me off, or things that are going to make me worry that I'm about to be out of a job and be out of a home, and my whole life is going to collapse around me. There's still other things that my brain will turn into, catastrophizing. Catastrophize things, and maybe I'm reading into it, and maybe I should, or maybe I shouldn't be. Just it's when you've been laid off at enough jobs, when the work dries up, or you lose a customer, or you figure out that you can be replaced by 3.5 people. It's just hard to feel settled. I've moved 22, 23 times in my life, and I'm still renting. Or I'm renting again, whatever. So there's a possibility of having to move again. I finally allowed myself to put some stuff on the wall. I've been in this place for a year and a half, and I finally have started to decorate a little. I don't want to get too excited. So it's just this constant feeling of permanence that it's just always kind of floating over me. And I'm not great at maintaining relationships with people, but I don't think I'm a person people should be around all the time. Just part of the anxiety and depression, where you think that I don't know that I can bring enough to the table all the time to be around people a lot. So I've got a small circle, and I'm not always in contact with that circle. Work's been pretty hectic lately. It's been chewing up a lot of my time. So there's always something, and whether I'm subconsciously trying to find something all the time or not, I don't know. Working 50, 60-hour weeks when you don't get paid for it, it's not new to me. But it's me trying to just find some way to get through the day without having to do something more complicated or more emotionally draining. God, even this right now, I feel like I'm just whining. But every day I get up. Every day I still do what I got to do, or as much as I can do. It's difficult because I've got two kids who I think are amazing. I think they got a lot of potential. I think there's a lot available for them to be able to do. And I also worry that the world that we brought our kids into is horrifying, and it should be destroyed by holy fire. But I want my kids to not become me. I want them to see the world differently and to really kind of attack it with the sense that they can succeed and they can find contentment and happiness, and to really, I don't know, live. Maybe that's the right word. Just live. So I do think about them a lot. I think about how important they think I am to them, and how important they are to me. Yesterday I brought my son home, and I had my daughter come on. I gave her a hug. I gave her like 4 hugs. She gives such big hugs, and she always tells me how much she loves me. And it's very helpful. It's fulfilling for someone like me to have that, to be able to have that kind of experience. I think it's part of why I'm on the road today. I wasn't feeling well earlier. I got sick. It's been a weird couple days. It's probably from a lack of good sleep and stress from work and other stuff. So, but I took some stuff. I took some anti-nausea and other stuff to help me just kind of get through a couple hours of driving and seeing my kids, and harass my boy for taking notes or being able to take notes. I don't know. Anyway, I mean that's kind of where I'm at the moment. I felt like I needed to kind of get that out, and I'm not sure that it's done enough to really help me. But I think it's important for people to think about the idea that sometimes just talking it out, I mean, it can be helpful. You're not always trying to solve a problem. You just want to voice it. You want to hear it out loud. I'm a guy that spends a lot of time in my own head. What sounds good in your head versus saying it out loud, it's vastly different, which is something I don't know why I'm so surprised at. Like, oh, this is a really good idea. And then I start talking about it to myself, like, yeah, because I can do this and this. I'm like, oh, maybe I should write down notes. Then I say it, and I'm like, that's a horrible plan. Like, why did I think that would work? And I don't know if it's just a matter of different parts of the brain processing what it hears versus what it's thinking. Like, maybe there's a certain amount of ego in the part of your brain. It's like, oh, this is a brilliant idea. Oh, let's totally do that. Then you say it out loud, and you start to process it as though somebody else is saying it. You're like, oh, that's a stupid idea. Why would you think that that's a good? Who put that plan together for you? You got a team of drunk monkeys doing that, trying to write Shakespeare. They came up with this plan instead. They should go back to trying to write Shakespeare. I don't know. I just think that it's good to have that outlet. I think if you're not doing therapy, if you can afford it, or you have an insurance plan, definitely get into it. I think it's still good to bounce ideas off of someone who's not part of your circle, who's not in your life, so they're coming at it from an outside view anyway. And then all the people you tell them about, they're all just characters in your story. You just have to parse out what each person means in your story and how you relate to them, and is there something that you are missing about the people of your story. I don't know. Today's a little shorter than yesterday, but like I said, these are meant to be kind of short. Like I said, there's a lot more stuff to talk about. So anyway, I hope you're all having a better day than I am, and it continues.